Hey, you notice the difference? Man, what direction is this? Okay, now the direction will help too. I removed my hat and I changed my pillow. But look, I'm still with the same book. So this book, by the way, I would read to children who are frustrated, who are suicidal, because this kind of shows them they're not crazy, right? It shows them if it's a responsible adult, which I don't know anybody else right now who is, who knows how to reframe this to empower them. The stories in this book, they go say, man, that's true. That makes sense. Why aren't we learning history or learning about our species in this way in school? Because we can see these messages from the news or what we overhear adults talk about that they don't want to talk about with me, although they're, with us, although it's our generation they're talking about. They're trying to protect us by not connecting us to reality. How is that protecting us? Like, are they preparing to unload our consciousness in computers so we don't need to deal with reality in the future? What is this? Kids are committing more suicide because parents are in denial and they're not allowing them to learn the right skills because, first of all, they don't know how to teach them, and the parents want to stay in denial. They don't want to live in reality, so they're making it even more so for their own kids. Never know. Sometimes, at 10 years old already, I can't reach that kid. It's been so much brainwashed into a brain that's dysfunctional by their parents who are so proud of them. Let's say if they play hockey or something, but they're not human kids, right? And based on human standards of sapience and sentience. So the place where I'm working now, they ordered Jonathan Livingston Seagull. I'm pretty sure that some teachers that know that book and love it don't really know what it's about, Jonathan Livingston Seagull. So I would like for these teachers to sit in and see what kind of discussions come out as I read this book to the kids. And when I say kids, it could be teenagers as well, and parents, and because it's really a book about lifelong learners. Now, again, Jonathan Livingston Seagull, I could tell you, like I've said about a couple other books I talked about in other vlogs, is the authors don't really know what their own books are about, and it's true with Jonathan Livingston Seagull as well. I don't think he realized. And in fact, with his anniversary, where the fourth part is there, you can tell with what the author wrote that he still doesn't really realize what the book is about and how part 4 is really the true completion if you want to connect to reality. And he wasn't willing to at that time, so his mind put that part 4 away in a drawer or in a box or something. And now he's more or less capable because it reflects reality now, but it was more important if that part 4 came out before. Of course, his book would not have been as popular. But it doesn't make a difference that it became popular and now part 4 is out. It's too late. It's too late. I mean, it's, the 20 years or something have passed by that is even less likely for the people primates to understand what that book's really about, including the author. You say, Martin, how dare you? How can you be certain? Well, arrange for an interview that's filmed where I discuss what I want to discuss with these authors if they have the courage to show up for the discussion of their own book and what's in their own mind about the understanding of their own book. Prepare this, and I'll show you. I'll show you what I'm talking about. So, guys, yeah, I don't know if there's going to be a part 4 now. I know there's more things I wanted to say about my diary, but I should really rest as well. I did buy distilled water. I'm going to drink more of it. And because, it is risky kind of drinking water. In some of the cities that I'm in, they have industries they brag about and how they create jobs, but they're also, at the same time, they don't brag about, the air is the most polluted. It might be like the second biggest employer, but it's the biggest polluted air in this province, So, that's kind of brainwashing, and you're kind of happy about that because, until you really have struggled breathing, you don't realize how, you're killing yourselves and your kids in a slow way and in a way that actually impairs the functioning of your brain. And when I see very little effort for educators, let's say, to partake in physical activity and put it all on a gym teacher to do, when they know, let's say they studied this to become a BC certified teacher, let's say, how physical activity really helps the learning process, and they won't do it. You can tell they're not lifelong learners. They're not learning specialists. They're not learner or child-centered. They are Homo communia, this failed people primate species that I share DNA with. It's pretty sad.